Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of the MRL Challenger Series here for race number 10 of the season. And because of that, we have two more races after this that will decide the, well, I guess playoffs. Joining us in the field, we're going to have 14. We actually did have, it looked like 16 originally, but because of I don't know who actually backed on out, but they are going to be missing out on a fun one. Road America has always been one of those tracks that can make or break a season. Of course, one season ago, we saw this race be the host to the regular season finale, and and Xander almost making his way into the playoffs, but on one front stretch, running out of fuel and not able to get the job done. So, because of that, we have a lot of drivers in store for this hot mess of a race. Some are just kind of phoning it in, trying to get as much as they can. Like I said, 14 drivers are going to be with us in the field tonight, and because of that, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Joining us on pole is going to be Cyber. Alongside him to complete the front row is going to be Gotham. But right there in P3 is Color. Color, like I said, brand new to the league. Last week at Vegas was actually his first race with us. So, what can he do from the inside front row? It's going to be a tall ask, but essentially, him and his friend of old number 7, they are both in a must-win right now. So because of that, we are going to be locking and loading right now, and we are already off. So what I'm going to do immediately is go to the back right here, go to Cade and check on out everyone going into turn 1 right here. Everyone's going to be argy-bargy trying to get into as much of a inside position as possible. Some of them kind of throwing a mean block or so, and you can just see everyone getting loose. Basically, some people are just kind of phoning it in. Coyote taking the inroads right there. The 62 of K getting extremely loose. The 21 of Coyote, winner last week at Vegas. He's locked into the playoffs, and because of that, he is A-OK when it comes to... oh, hang on, guys. There we go. When it comes to the playoffs with the 24 spinning right there, the 4 of B-Comp getting involved. Of course, keep in mind, no yellows here for the... no yellows for apart from stage break. So these guys are basically, they have to get going and try to get on as much racing service as possible, or else you're not going to be going anywhere fast. The 62 of Cade right there as well, making some headlines in the F1 series just last night, getting a podium up there in Japan. But as you can see, Cyber still leading the way right here with Memory actually taking P3 from Color. Color is going to be right behind him at number 41 to 22. Locked in on points. That is actually our new championship leader entering this round. Of course, we were a little bit late when it comes to points. That is just because I just got back from my vacation just literally a day ago, so everyone just trying to do the best. The 2 of Gotham extremely deep on the brakes, and the 22 is going to do the old switchback right there. Now going to be under pressure from the 41 of Color, as well as the 17 and the 3 of old number 7. So the top 5 all being in a little line right here. Everyone trying to find their way when it comes to Road America. Road America, like I said, very, very tight track. And you can see the 18 there in P6, trying to go up the hill and just maintain as much track position as possible. Like I said, these guys are going to be quickly finding themselves at a disadvantage when it comes to no cautions apart from the stage breaks. So, we'll actually pull up the stream right now. Our in-race streamer is, of course, there's honestly, no one really else that can think about it. It's going to be Bass. So because of that, I think we actually lost one already. Who do we miss? That is the 14 of Brink already. One lap into this race, and the 14 has called it quits. Engine failure on his part, unfortunate from him. So because of that, everyone just trying to find their golden ticket right now and just get into a rhythm. This stage is going to see a pit stop. In case you are not... pardon me, hiccups. I've been dealing with them all day. In case you are not saving, what we may see a little bit of strategy when it comes to stage 3, where we are going to be possibly looking at a no tire stop, or maybe some fuel only. It's going to be a huge ask for a lot of these drivers, but it can be done as well. We're looking at the 3 of old number 7 being overtaken by the 18, as well as the 38 of Monster being up here. But the 38, as soon as I start talking about him, gets loose coming off the corner, and because of that, that is going to be a free position for the 18. No contest for him. The 3 of old number 7 being a bit of a ways behind the leader right here. You can still see him in P5. This is where he is. Color just in front of him. That's in P4. Big battle for P2 going on. That is the 17 of Memory letting his teammate of the 2 of Gotham go. Of course, Gotham, 3 wins on the board this season, the most of any driver so far out of the drivers locked into the playoffs. It is very, very tight when it comes to the playoff picture. Let me actually pull that up right now, because 17 points separate P12 and P13. Pivotally, though, after this race, only 2 races remain for the regular season. That is going to be Charlotte and then Talladega. Of course, Talladega is going to be the big wild card. Anyone can win there, and if you win, you're in. So, but between that, you have 17 points between P12 and P13. But crucially, though, the Agent Orange in P11 in the standings is not here. He will not get any points. Because of that, in order to lock yourself into the playoffs, you need to finish 120 points above the cuts. So right now we're looking at Bassbuck and maybe even Blackout in that position. Chapman as well is not in this race, nor is Sauce. Both of those drivers already locked into the playoffs as well, so they essentially, not saying they have to take the night off, but it would be a good benefit for them in order to get some possible playoff points. Looks like the 6 of Blackout right there, just letting his teammate of the 4 of BComp go, knowing that, you know what, this race is long. This race is going to be hard mentally as well as physically, in case you're on a wheel. Quite literally, if you are on a wheel around here, you are going to be a wheel man. It is going to wear you out. The 24 closing in on the 11 entering the carousel right here. And speaking of Sauce, there he is appearing in chat, manifesting himself into existence. What is going on, Sauce? How are you doing today? So yeah, this stage is actually going to be I guess this entire race, honestly, is a short one. It is 25 laps long, but it's going to be at about an hour-long race or so, because it takes about 2 minutes or so in order for a lap to be turned. You just saw the 62 of Cade start to spin right there. You can see he is going to be putting himself back down into P13, unfortunate for him. The 21 Coyote, last week's winner, like I said, always kind of phoning it in when it comes to the road courses. He himself has said that he is not a road course ringer by any stretch of the imagination. 2 laps to go in this first stage, so these drivers are just trying to make their way to the stage break as quickly as possible. Sauce saying that pedals are just not up to snuff tonight, so because of that, taking the night off is probably the best for all of that. But including himself, Chapman, the drivers that are not in this race, we have a grand total of 6 drivers locked in, with possible 2 more doing so right now. And actually, probably, it is going to be 2 more, because Blackout and Bassbuck are both currently well within stage point territory. So these guys are probably going to lock themselves in this race, leaving only 4 drivers to fight for the last spot in the playoffs. So I was saying his pick to win tonight is going to be Cyber. Well, he is off to a great start tonight, collecting pole by a hefty margin over P2 of Gotham. Gotham, like I said, has been so strong on every track so far this season, but he is, it is going to be a uphill battle because of just how competitive this series is. We don't call it the Challenger Series just for nothing, as we just seen a mistake from the driver of the 3, that is old number 7, and the 18 of Bass, but going a little off-roading right there. That is not going to work on out. The 18 going to put himself into the sand trap, allowing the 3 to just snake right on by. Unfortunate mistake from both of those drivers, leading to a huge loss of time. 1 lap to go in this race. The 4 BCom trying to pick up the pieces after an early stage off right there. The 14 of Brink being the only one out of this race. Like I said, 14 drivers entering, 13 remain, and with 1 driver going to collect the stage win, as currently up for debate. But my bet is on this number 22 right here, going on to turn 3 technically, because they count the little kink as a turn for some reason. Turn 3, and now onto the long backstretch of turn 4. This number 22 has been on rails so far in this stage, gapping the 2 of Gotham. What's going on, Fireslayer? How are you doing today? So yeah, because of that, anything can happen on these early restarts. We just saw the 4 of B comp kind of get swiped on out of the way, and that's just because turn 1 being as stupid as it is. We have 2 drivers on pit road. Mind you, that is illegal. So the 24 and 62 will have to make a pit stop at the end of this stage because the pits are closed with 2 laps to go. So looks like they are going to be in the back right now. So I'm just going to remind them real quick as we look to our leader, just to let them know. All right, so just letting them know. Oh, we saw just in the back right there, the 2 get really squirrely off of the corner right there. And because of that, the 17 of Memory may sniff a P2 finish. The 22 of Cyber is going to very heftily get the stage win. But the 2 is going to hold on for P2, 17 for P3, that is Memory, as well as the 41 of Color in P4. P5 is going to be tested. It looks like Bassbuck is going to snipe that from the 3 of old number 7. So, rallying up the stage 1 results right here. Old number 7 P6, Monster P7, BCom P8, Blackout P9, and Packers P10, with Coyote being the last of the state, or the first of the non-stage earners right there. And then we move on to B-Right and Cade being in the P12 and 13th position right there. So, just to remind everyone, the 24 and the 62 did pit at the end of the stage. Looks like the 62 is going to do so right here. The 24 has been messaging me saying that he's going to get out of the way at the beginning of the turn. So as long as he does that, that is going to be fine. There we go. So everything's all right with the world. So the 62 and the 24, both of them going to the back for pitting before pits were open. The 2 gets slammed by the 41 of Color, and they're both going to go off-roading right there, allowing the 18 and the 17 to pick up the pieces. The 22 being put on the outside for turn 3 right here, and the 4 absolutely being sent by, oh my goodness, to someone right there, and the 17 is going to get cleaned out. Coming on through the corner, he actually looks like the 17 just got loose. Coming off the corner right there, the 38 is going to try to follow into the tracks of the 22. Absolute scenes by the top guys right here. The top 5 has just been jumbled up. Going on down the long bad stretch right here, the 18 overshoots the corner. Oh my goodness, the 6 comes out of nowhere, and because of that is going to take a few spots. Absolute scenes by those guys right there. Argy-bargy indeed. Teammate on teammate action. The 17 of memory picking up the pieces there again. Absolute carnage by those guys back there. The 6, the 6 and the 21 got caught up. Those are teammates, mind you. And we see a bit of carnage back here as well. The 24 goes spinning with the 11, the 21. All just trying to get out of the way. Looks like the 21's trying to give the position back. So that is a very tip of the hat moment to him, knowing that, hey, you know what, that was not intentional. The 2 have got him back there as well. Huge implications for the stage results right here. The 38 showing a little bit of pace. The 11 kind of getting in the way, getting really tight off of the kink right there. Now going down Canada corner, down into the long turn. The 6-2 of Cade gets tagged by the looks like the 6 of Blackout. The 24 is going to click 2 for the price of 1. Maybe of the 11 of Packers being the inside, kind of bouncing off each other. I'm sure those guys are in a party chat saying that, hey, you know what, that was not intentional. The 2 have got him, really sending it on in. Oh, he's going to move the 11 out of the way. And the 11 going to kick up a little bit of dirt right there, and that's going to get 2 spots back all the way through. Everyone just sending it on down, trying to make a huge scene right there. So, because of that, we have... What the heck? Interesting. The leader is back to the 22. Huge lead by the 22 right now over the 18 of Bassbuck. The 17 of Memory there in P3 trying to pick up the pieces. The 4 of BComp matching his number to get back into position right there. The 22 being where he wants to be, just far away from the field right here. Everyone doing their best impression of Ricky Bobby, and if you ain't first, you're last, because that's how some of these guys are feeling right now. If you're not first, you are definitely last, and they are trying to make their way up through the field. The 6 of Blackout going to get crazy loose right there, and now going on through into the sharp left-hander is going to find himself under pressure by the 3 right behind. The 2 have got him trying to make his way through the field again. Is going to do so by probably picking up the pieces right here through the carousel. You can just see who is on a looser setup, allowing to roll the center of the corner so much more. The 3 going to get tagged right there. It's going to collect 2 for the price of 1. Absolute scenes by the 2 have got him right there. Huge move, and that is for position to 6. Kind of getting a little cross with the 3 right there. Kind of giving a little tap right there. And now coming on through the long Canada corner right here. Goes into the sharp right. And the 24 is just going to snipe the 3 out of the way. Oh my goodness me. What did the 3 do to you, 24? Then coming on through, the 11's trying to follow in the footsteps of the 24. But the 3 is going to prove to be a little bit of a fighter right now, trying to get into position. I do believe this is actually for stage point territory, so these guys quickly finding themselves under threat of possibly not making stage points. There goes the 21 of Coyote. The 62 is going to fly himself into the pit road right there. He is actually going to get a snipe time penalty because of that, because of just going into pit road like that. The 2 of got him now collecting P4, trying to close on down, P5. Trying to close on down the top 4. Let's see here. The 17 of Memory, absolutely trying to pull away from the 18 of Bassbuck there in the podium positions. These stage lengths are incredibly short, mind you. I do believe when they come on around again, they only have 3 laps to go. Both of these drivers trying to be making their number. In fact, actually, in the final stage, you are looking at a 1 stop around here. So, because of that, these guys are really trying to just hit their field number and just be smooth. So here's the 3 and the 24. I actually want to see what happens here. I'm sorry, these hiccups are just not going away. We saw the 24 being really argy-bargy going on down Canada corner right here. I wonder if the 3 will repay the favor. 3 has been really quick the slow segment. So you can see the real technical knowledge by the 3 here. The going on down, huge braking zone. The 24 is actually going to outbrake himself, allowing the 3 to get to the inside. Now going to be the outside for the upcoming corner right here. But that actually may be good because that allows the 3 to kind of get a wider exit, but unfortunately the momentum does not carry him. Same thing here. As long as he takes a long sweeping turn, you can actually gas it up a little bit quicker and then catch the draft of the 24. You can see a huge battle right here between these guys. This is going to be for piece 8, 9, and 10. 1 lap to go in this stage, so I was actually 1 lap off. So this is actually going to be the white flag for stage number 2. Like I said, incredibly short race here, but stage 3 is where all the laps are being counted, as we're going to be looking at a green flag pit stop of some variety around here. The 11 of Packers making his way into the playoffs just a few races ago, just trying to maintain himself and solidify himself as a championship threat. Remember, we're 12 drivers deep into the playoffs. You only need to get into the top 8 to clear the first round. So because of that, we are looking at a lot of possibilities here for these guys to go and get it done. The 2 has the most playoff points out of everyone in the field, and actually, remember, regular season champion will get 15 additional playoff points in order to play with and carry yourself through the rounds. Currently, the 22 of Cyber has that, but currently he does not have a win on the board. So he only has 2 stage wins. So 2 playoff points is what is carrying him through the rounds right now. And I know for sure he wants more out of that. Was trying to go on board with him if I can. 62. There goes to 22. Coming out of the slow segment of Canada corner, and then all the way through the front stretch right here. He's going to carry himself all the way through the hill and take stage number 2. So remember, he started with 2 playoff points and is now left with 1 or with 4, sweeping the stages. And it looks like Memory is going to collect P2, Bassbuck P3, Becom P4, and Gotham is going to be P5 after a nice rebound from him. P6 is going to be Color. P7 is going to be old number 7. P8 B-Right. P9 Packers, and it looks like the 21 of Coyote is going to get the 6 of Blackout is going to get P10, with Coyote being P11, again missing out on stage points. Let's see if there's any Discord discourse, because I am sure there's a lot of people being Blackout right there. Ooh, the 62 is not too happy with the 6 of Blackout right there. Well, we saw a lot of people be cross with one another. We're seeing if there's any more Discord discourse after this. Nothing quite yet is what I'm thinking. Not quite yet. Looks like B-Comp also saying apologies to the 18 of Bass, but nothing too crazy there. There we go. Now we are back online with stage 3. Like I said, this is going to be the all-important one right here. A lot of people are going to be argy-bargy through here. Everyone is going to be braking late, trying to get as much as they can out of turn 1. The 17 appeared to be a little bit slower than the 22. In fact, you can see that right there. Really picking up the pieces. Goes to 22 as the 17 hits the brake. Now, turn 3 right here. You don't want to get into too much trouble, as you see the 18 of Bassbuck right back there. Here's a 62 back here as well. Nice pickup by him right there. The 6 of Blackout trying to go door to door with the 38 of Monster, going on board with the 22 from front to back cam right here. Who is going to be the last late breakers? Ooh, the 2 is going to get cleaned out by his own teammate. The 2 of Gotham is going to get completely taken on out by his teammate of the 4 of B-Comp. I'm sure that party chat is not too happy with one another right now, saying again, how, why is this happening? But because of that, that allows a 22 to just kind of snake on free. The 41 of color doing a great job and pick up the pieces, getting into P2. But a lot can happen. There goes the 2 again, trying to pick up the pieces. The 21, you can just tell how mad he is. That 2 is absolutely fuming. The 41, though, of color, doing a great job. And old number 7 into P3. That is a podium positions for both of those guys. Huge loose moment by the 17. It's going to allow the 18 to get alongside, going into the hard braking zone out of Canada corner. The 17 is going to outbrake himself just ever so slightly. The 18 is actually going to get a big helping hand by the 24, kind of pushing him through the corner. Everyone doing a great job, though, of being a lot cleaner through this set of corners, or this set of instances, than last time. So as we come on around this time to complete the first lap of this stage, we're going to have to take and see how many laps to go, because I do believe it was 17 to go. Very, very, it's almost like double the distance of stage 2. Let's see. Oh, I was just totally wrong. We have 11 laps to go. So I guess, yeah, double distance of stage 2 would be 11, or I guess 12. So that makes a lot of sense. The 18 and the 24 is going to go spinning on through the short chute right there. Looks like the 18 is going to bounce off the 24. The 24 is going to get the worst of it in spin right there. The 4 and the 2 is going to get caught up in that. Like I said, the 2, terrible first part to his stage, trying to make on out and get back into the action. Let's see here. There goes the 24 right here. We're going to see going to the hard braking zone right here. Early on the brakes, I'm sure the 2 wants to get in touch with the 4. I think the 4 just saw the 2 coming, was just like, yeah, no, I'm not getting involved in that. So the 2 is going to pick up the pieces right there for a spot. The 24 trying to get below the 2 right there. There are no track limits unless they straight up gives you a course penalty, so just play with it at your own risk. So because of that, a lot of these guys are really trying to chase it on down right here, make up a lot of their ground as possible. Currently, though, the 22 absolutely just pulled away from the rest of the field. Currently, he is the one to watch, and it looks like out of that, P2 has been swapped right here. It looks like old number 7 is now in P2 with color in P3. These two are best friends, so they are going to be so big loose moment by color right there, going onto into the braking zone. You definitely want to watch as if you're on a controller as well, the car just wants to snap on you in the hard braking zone. So because of that, these guys are really wanting to watch themselves coming on through into these into these corners. I'm sorry, my brain is just working on mush right now. Still in vacation mode, I guess. Drinking my coffee tonight. It is hazelnut flavor. Thanks to no one who asked, but I want to give my opinion anyway. 38 of Monster doing a great job in order to get a top 5 right here. I do want to kind of highlight this driver for a hot second. Monster has had its moments in the past here in MRL. He has been on the podium before, but not quite to the degree that you would think. It was only for a fraction of a second, and that was a couple seasons ago in lights, mind you. Monster was able to finish on the podium at Kentucky, but ever since then, he has unfortunately been missing it, and he's only had 2 top 10s to his name this season. And if he were to finish exactly where he is right now, which is in P5, this would blast him upwards in points. Now, keep in mind, he is still currently in well into the playoffs. He is 45 points above the cut. But remember, top 10 get points coverage for the playoffs. P11 and P12 do not. They get squat, apart from just being able to get into the playoffs. And because of that, Monster, if he were to get one more position, that's an additional playoff point that he would be able to have going on through the rounds. The 17 of Memory as well is trying to work on the same thing. He's currently in P12 in the standings. Although he is still well and truly trying to battle himself into the playoffs, as 17 points is not a whole lot if you really think about it. The 18 of Baswick as well, currently in position to lock himself in on points tonight, so I'm sure that is going to be great news for him. Same thing with Blackout, if I can find him wherever he is. There he is, back here with his teammate of Gotham. So Gotham and Blackout, both drivers probably going to be locked into the playoffs tonight. So leaving only 4 drivers without any kind of, for sure, sense. 62 has parked it onto the access road. I'm trying to figure out where this is. Access road right here. No caution, so this won't be an issue. But you can tell when a driver has given up. No Discord discourse, by the way, so I'm just trying to keep an eye on that. The 22 has absolutely set sail. I can actually see from the onboard of the 18 just the difference between P2 and P3. You can't even see P2 between him and the back of the camera. So here he is entering the carousel, and here is P2 and P3 just now entering. So as he's exiting the carousel, they're entering it, which is a huge lead. Color as well taking back P2, and Memory as well as Bass trying to pick up the pieces to try to get back onto the podium right here. Spirited battle for this position. 4 drivers all within a blanket. There they are, right there in a row. The 11 of Packers is starting to fall on off. Same thing with the 38, unfortunately. So just as I was talking about them as well. So, though, keep in mind, one pit stop is needing to be made here at your own risk. I didn't want to highlight on the air because I know that some drivers actually watch this and listen. Theoretically, you could actually you don't have to pit. Theoretically. Unfortunately, your tires would give out before your fuel actually would. So because of that, these drivers are trying to make their way, and kind of pinpoint when it would be a great time to actually pit, because you actually don't want to be pitting in with traffic, mind you. You want to be able to get as much time as possible without having to battle anyone. So essentially, the 22 of Cyber is setting himself up for a grand time. Oh, the 3 doing a great job of planting his car exactly where he needs to. The 18 just not really anywhere to go there on the apex. The 3 did a great job in doing positioning his car under braking right there. Again, very spirited battle for P2 on back through P5. This is all for the battle for the top 5, but the leader is all the way up the road right here. So because of that, the 2 may actually come back into play right here. Ooh, but he is getting extremely loose. You can just see how rough of a going he's had it so far this race. So because of that, this 2 is probably not going to win. So because of that, on board with the 41, who is under fire by the 17, both of these guys, again, like I said, battling for P2 right now. I wish this was the battle for the win, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. 41 so loose under braking right there. You can see the 17 go wide, but that's probably the weakest point of the 17 is just under braking, being a little wibble-wobbly. And the 18 and the 3 as well doing it. The 41 is going to outbrake himself, and these guys are just going to be bunched together going on through the front stretch. The 17 is going to go side by side. Who's going to be the last late breaker? Is going to turn into turn 1. Looks like neither of them. The 17 is going to have a little bit of a smoother line, but the 41 is going to hold his own on the exit. great move by the 41 right here. Looks like the 18 is going to take his pit stop now rather than later. So that is a strategy that you can do. Just basically pit earlier and just run it on out. But you don't want to run your tires too long. So like the 24 who pit like a lap ago may be in danger. So you want to watch on out and make sure you don't actually wear out your tires as more than they need to. There is a benefit to pitting early, but at the same time, you definitely don't want to. Have a rough go at it in the longer through the race. I know that makes no sense, but essentially, your tires can essentially pop sooner rather than later. So you really want to watch them. The 3 of old number 7. I cannot speak enough out of both him and Color. You can see him getting really loose through the carousel right there. But both of these guys, second race with us, and they're currently P3 and P4, so excellent moves by both of them. And actually outrunning some of our previous champions, like the 18 of Bassbuck, the 11 of Packers, who have won, the 2 of Gotham, who have won, the 21 of Coyote, who just won last week. Both of these guys doing excellent work right here. The 22 of Cyber, currently on track, and looks like no sign of pitting. I'm wondering, well, since he's so far ahead, he doesn't really have anything to lose. In fact, he could probably speed and still have some time left on the table. So the 22, it looks like the 17 is going to pit now, try to get that stop done and over with. I'm sure these guys are in a party right now, trying to get into a little bit of plan mode and be like, all right, when are we going to come on down? Of course, this isn't F1 where both these drivers are managed by the same pit crew, so these guys have a little bit of priority on when they have to pit. There is the 18 who has already made a stop. In fact, he is in P10, mind you. So just a little explanation of where he is and where he's come out at. About half a track behind. And you will never have to worry about losing a lap when it comes to green flag pit stops. So essentially, when the fuel range allows you to, and when the tires allow you to as well, that's when you come on down. The 4 as well has yet to pit. You can see there he is. In fact, he may be trying out that little strategy I was thinking about. Possibly what he's doing. I'm not quite sure because he looked really slow through those fast corners. Let's see how he is on the acceleration. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. The 6 of Blackout, the 38 of Monster as well, getting extremely loose through turn 1 right there. The 6 of Blackout getting extremely loose coming out of the exit. Those are cold tires. So these guys are begging for grip right now. So, oh my goodness! I just heard a little bit of I guess shenanigans and involving the 38 in the wall. It looks like he probably clapped the wall going into a sharp left corner right there, and memory as well. While all this is happening, is battling with the 18. Both of these drivers pitting and coming on out essentially where they left off. 17 of Memory is going to get a little bit slower going on through this kink right here. Remember, you really want to maximize your entry so you can actually have a good run. The 18 piloting his way to the outside. Going to be the inside going to Canada corner right here. The 17 is going to be a lot harder on the brakes. But the 18 is going to have the inside. But the 17 is going to have the momentum and is going to get loose and allow the 18 to get on past. I love this camera shot right here. You can actually see what's happening right here. The car's very, very light through this this light left-hander, and now going on through the double right. The 17 is going to get through the grass and just know where to go. The 18 is going to power on through. Now, we're looking for the 41 and the 3. So we're going to be on board with the 18 here and just see where those guys come on out of the pits because they were battling one another. There they go, both go, flying on past. This is now P2 and P3. officially. The 41 and the 3, both of those guys are going to be exiting the pits right now. Did they just speed or something? Because they lost so many positions. They must have, because the 11 passed them, the 24 passed them. Looks like the 2 of Gotham passed him. Nowhere to go. The 62 as well spinning, and he has bowed out of this race. We saw that live, ladies and gentlemen. The 62 of Cade is out of this event. Thank you for coming on out. I thought my phone died on me for a second. 18 of Basketball currently in P2. Still, no sign of the 22 pitting yet, so actually we'll go on board with him just to make sure. Oh, never mind. So the 22 is Cyber currently on pit road right now, so unless he sped, this should be A-okay for him. However, we'll keep an eye on it just to make sure. Huge battle for P4 right now. The 24 has it, the 2 wants it, and everyone that was originally in the top 5 right behind. Look at that. There's current P4, and then everyone gunning for P4 right behind. Looks like old number 7 must have went off track. The 38 and Monster as well. Both of those drivers go. I wonder what happened there, but yes, very big implications there. Look at the 22 coming on through the corner. We're waiting for him to exit his box. There he goes. That was no speeding penalty involved, because there goes the 4B comp who did speed. Actually, no, he has not pit yet. So the 4B comp is trying out that strategy. But let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. The 22 being so close to him right there. This is not the winning strategy. It could be a podium strategy, but it's not the winning strategy. B-Comp currently, though, trying to do the no pit stop strategy here in stage number 3. Like I said, earlier in the stage, it is possible. In fact, he's just going to let the 22 go, knowing that, hey, you know what, that's not my fight anymore. You're right there. But hitting the gravel does not help at all. 24 is going to come on down again. And that's probably exactly what I was talking about when it comes to tires. Probably the left front did not go to plan at all. Very much a wear kind of track. The left front are just going to absolutely bake going on through these corners, especially through the carousel, reaching as high temps as 300 degrees, which is just boiling for these Goodyears. 17 with a small mistake by the 18 is going to get the spot on for eventually P2, because I don't know if the 4B comp can actually hold on for too much longer, but the 17 is going to be there on the inside. Make that. Oh, nope. The 18 both messing up and the 17 at the same time, so that's just going to allow both of these drivers to just be battling for a little bit longer. That was actually his opportunity in order to go on through and get that position, but both of those drivers making a mistake at the same time. The 22 is Cyber, currently well and beyond everyone right now. I love that camera shot right there, going on through not the carousel, the kink. So because of that, everyone just trying to wear on down the laps. We do have, I do believe, 3 laps to go this time. 3 laps to go this time. I'm waiting for Bass to cross the line now. And it is, yes, 3 laps to go this race. In this race. I do believe the 24, yeah, it was just a pit stop. I don't know if he was calling it a night. There he is right there. Still in front of someone, though. Not sure who that is. It's not the 11. I'm pretty sure it's in... So that's right here going through the kink. Where's the 21 at? No, it's not the 21. I think he's still in front of the 11? No? Oh, well, either way, because of that, the 24 may be able to pick up a few spots, especially from the 4 if he runs out of fuel or runs out of tires. But as well as anyone that pit early, looking at specifically the 21 on doing so, maybe that'll be a couple positions for him. But I'll have to see, though, because only 2.5 laps to go. in this race. And I'll tell you what, one person that's not sweating is this number 22 right now. This number 22 is absolutely is absolutely just flying on rails tonight. So because of that, this is, I mean, he earned his way through to the playoffs by earning enough points, and I know that's not what he wanted. He said as much in his interviews last week for this podium at Vegas, but getting a win is definitely on his radar. I don't know if Road America was actually in his dossier tonight, but alas, here we are. Big mistake by the 18 going on through Canada corner. The 18 trying to make the pass on the 17 right there. Unfortunately, the 17 is going to get him on back. There is the 4B comp going on through the pits. That is not going to work on out. That strategy was null. Valiant attempt, though, was not able to make it last, though. So now we are officially in P2 and P3. The 17 is going to do the crossover. It's going to be a drag race down the front stretch. Who's the last late breakers? It's going to be the 17, but ever so much that he's going to back on out for the 18, getting extremely loose through the corners. You can just see that car just wobble through these corners. These tires are squealing. They are running to their ragged edge right now. Both of the drivers touching grass. Not for the first time today. But yes, both of these drivers are going to be battling for P2 as they are a whopping 19.7 seconds behind the leader. But every position matters because Bass wants to get into the top 5 of the points for an additional few playoff points going into the playoffs. 2 more races left. Charlotte's next, and then in 2 weeks we have Talladega, which Talladega could be the great equalizer, and we have seen it before where a surprise winner could go and win this race and lock themselves in. So it's never over until it's over, ladies and gentlemen. But especially right now, I've had it before. I'm sure if anyone that knows me knows the story about how I lost a championship by lagging out with 2 to go. Anything can happen. It's quite literally not over until the fat lady sings, or in this particular instance, when your victory theme flies. So anything can happen. Just for reference, this is for P7, I do believe, the 3 of old number 7 in P7. Weird how that works out. With the 38 of Monster just in front. Like I said, excellent work by Monster right there to get another top 10. His second of the season. The 4B comp, unfortunately, did not quite work on out. He's going to get just in front of the 21 of Coyote. That is one of his teammates. Like I said, Coyote kind of phoning it in. Always says so as much when he visits road courses. Road courses and him just do not vibe together. 24 giving up the ghost, just letting the leader pass him for the final time. There he goes. So giving up the ghost right there. That will be for P12 with Coyote being P11. That's where he actually finished all few stages. Like I said, few drivers not in this race. This is definitely the race to skip if you are not a road course ringer by any stretch of the imagination. However, free points essentially if you did show up. So definitely helps on out a lot of these guys. Namely, Liv. Liv's not here. He was gunning for the points. And he's also really good at road courses. Taylor Sauce as well, not in this race. Sauce not in this race. Chapman not in this race. So very, very crucial points being just given away by drivers that just don't show up. So because of that, there goes the 18, the 17 as well, making his way through the lap traffic of the 24. Like I said, just letting the leader just go on past. Speaking of going on through Canada corner right here, sharp right-hander, a slight kink right here, and then up the hill. Very, very loose, very, very light through the corner. You can just see him taking as much light as possible, and you really want to exit as late as possible right here, making the apex just a little bit later in the turn, and coming on through. The 22 of Cyber will go and get his first win of the season. We were asking when it was going to come, and it's here at Road America. battle for P2 has ended, unless the 18 lags on out like right now. Bassbuck is going to collect P2. Excellent work for him. The 17 of memory is going to get into P3 with P4. There is someone in between the 38, just I'm not sure who it is. I think it's the 41 of color. Um, yes, it is. Actually, no, it's the 2 of got him. The 2 of eventually, there we go. Passing on the 41 who is right there crossing the line, and then the 38 and the 3 are both going to finish in P7 and P8 respectfully. Blackout in P9 was trying to go on board with him now, as he's going to be the next one to pass the line, and then the 4B comp will complete the top 10. But he's loose. What's going to happen? I hear the engine right here, the 21 Coyote coming up through the corner, but he also gets loose. Coming on through the final corner. Oh, he had enough gap. Oh, toying with his teammate like that. Coming on through, up through the front stretch, the 4B comp will complete the top 10 with Coyote being P11. Whew. DNS include P12 is B right. We already know what happened there. P13 is going to be P13 is going to be Cade. P14 is going to be Brink. 14 drivers are going to finish this race. So because of that, a lot of fun. All right. So, fast lap, I wonder who it belongs to. Shocker on that one. The 22 is Cyber right there. Excellent work by all of these guys. Let's get our podium up in here now. Fastest second lap is actually Bass with only 3/10 off, so it's actually a lot closer than what was originally anticipated. Let's get our podium up in here. We'll be right back. All right, so there we go. As we wait for everyone to get up in the pit road, into the party, let's go over our finishing results just one more time. Um, we of course have our winner, which is Cyber. P2 is gonna be Basswood. P3 is gonna be Memory. P4 is gonna be Gotham. Wonderful result for him. Color P5, first top 5 of the season. Packers P6, old number 7 in P7. Monster P8, Blackout P9, Bcomp P10, Coyote P11, B Right P12. Kate's gonna be 13th, and Brink is gonna be 14th. Like I said, very very much the very much one of those tracks that just grinds your gears. And I think a lot of these drivers can attest to that. I do believe everyone is up in here. Yes, we do. Some not even going to turn a lap or so, of course. Most of them already locked in. Chapman, I know, is having internet issues, as well as Sauce having gas pedal issues, or I think just pedal regardless. But the drivers that did a race tonight had their moments, their fair share of calamity and triumph. So because of that, we have a podium to talk about. Memory, you got a copy, man?
How's it going, Bad?
Going good, Memory. It's been a while. I know with your work schedule, you're essentially on a part-time basis, but when you do, it's
Mm.
always a show. Road America. Huge implications last season. Of course, this was our regular season finale last season, but it's now only the third to last race of the regular season now. What was it like for your race tonight?
I mean, I absolutely hate road courses in general. So be getting to third place here is surprise at first. I mean, Road America is not terrible for me, but just good to get back onto the track. Had a good week off, so it took a little bit getting back into the feel of things, but overall happy with today. Got some good points. Should be shoring myself up for the playoffs.
Well, of course, we still have two more races left in the season, but on the regular season. But entering, you're only 17 points above the cut. So, I mean, as a part-time driver, that is still pretty good. I mean, I guess for all intents and purposes, of course, 17 points is not a lot, but it is for some drivers, I guess. Matching your car number. I mean, just are you like nervous at all for not just yourself but for your teammates because they also kind of had their own moments as well this race.
I mean, I think a majority of I think we should be good for the playoffs. I know Blackout still needs a win, but I think he's well enough above the cut line to be safe there. I'm definitely missing next week, so I'm a little concerned there. But I think with tonight's points and then a solid running at Talladega, I think I should be fine for that first round.
Well, there we go. Charlotte probably being one of the I guess I wouldn't say pivotal races, but definitely an extra stage does help when it comes to points. But memory calling your shot right there. Just to kind of real quick before we end that, you mentioned Blackout. Just for your FYI, he needed 120 points leaving this race above the cut in order to lock himself in, because theoretically, you can only earn 60 points per race.
Mm.
So we'll have to tally that up and see where he finished in terms of the person that's currently below the cut. So there is a chance that he locked himself in.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident at Blackout. He should. I think he's pretty decent at Charlotte, and he should be. He's shown speed at the super speedways this year, so he should be good there. Um, just before I want to do a shout out to Bassbuck there. I thought we were gonna have a good fight to the finish there, but then you just turned on the jets there. That last two laps and got ahead of me there. So shout out to you.
Well, there we go. With that memory, excellent work by him. Huge sportsmanlike conduct, and actually congratulating second place and not just the winner, who is very much, I guess, wouldn't say a road course ringer in his own right. But the 18 did put up some work. So, memory, congrats. We move on to Bass right now. Bass, you had some up and down moments yourself, being as low as I do believe P8 at one point, had to make your way and claw your way through the field.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know why I'm here. I'm just happy to be here. To be honest, this track sucks. I hate it, and it's just not fun. But I don't know. Kind of just try to not wreck the whole race essentially, and avoided some of the chaos. But I'm happy to get second, get some good points, and go on to the next one, I guess. But
Um, well, I mean, much like what we were talking about with Blackout and possibly locking himself into points, I do believe you did so as well. Currently entering with 132. I mean, I know a win is always going to be in the cards. I mean, a win and you're in, and everyone wants to win. But just knowing that you are essentially a shoo-in to make the playoffs, is that some kind of like load off your back, or were just like, no, I got to get a win just to validate?
I mean, I like to win every week. That's the goal. But I don't know, man. Once you're in, anything can happen, I guess. But yeah, well, I mean, it's what usually happens. I get in, and then I somehow get to the final four race. So I don't know. We'll hopefully do that again. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, man. Not much else to say there. I good battle with Menery there, and I don't know why, but the last two laps I just pulled 202s out of my ass. So I don't really know how I did that, but
I was gonna say
um,
we were side by side, and you just took off those last two
yeah, I
laps.
don't. It took me 23 laps to figure out how to drive, I guess. So maybe if I ran some more laps prior, I would have maybe been up there with old Cyber, but probably not. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just happy to get second. I'll take
that
it.
That's usually how that works, right? It takes you all but like say like a race is like 100 laps. It takes like 95 laps in order to figure out the track and be like, all right, the final 5 laps is like, all right, you're running like straight up gold times, faster than the leader, but you're like 3 seconds back and not much you can do. Um, but Bass, though, you kind of hit the nail on the head right there. Being part of the final four and essentially locking yourself in. I mean, are you just? I'm not saying sit out the next two races because, of course, you want to win and get those playoff points. But are you just kind of like looking forward to the playoffs, or are you just kind of just playing it by ear?
I go every race trying to win, so I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just here, man. I just work here.
I just work here. Well, there we go. Bass collecting another podium to his name. P2 is the finish for tonight at Road America. And now we move on to P1 here, who I was actually just talking about last week in the interviews that a win and you're in, but I mean, kind of winning yourself in on podiums and I guess stage points kind of helps with that. Then he goes next week and just wins the whole race. So, Cyber, how you doing tonight?
Oh, wow, they're fantastic.
Well, you kind of heard it all just right there. I mean, just the fact that Road America is so tricky. I mean, some people hate it, some people love it. Cyber, I don't think you've ever been that person just straight up be like, yeah, no, this track sucks. But did you expect this performance tonight, or was this kind of like
Um,
a what the heck happened?
well, I was expecting obviously 6 and 9 to be here, so it's probably gonna be like a three-way battle between them. But they had internet issues, like you mentioned. So yeah, this was a shocker to me how I just straight up dominated everything in this one.
Yeah, getting the pole, fastest lap, stage one, stage two in the race. That has not always happened before. In fact, a couple people have only achieved that. Xander being one of them, to completely sweep a race with fastest lap, pole, and so on and so forth. But Road America, though, especially one lap after locking yourself in on points, currently you're the championship leader, which will earn you 15 bonus points at the end of the regular season. I mean, the momentum has to be high going into Charlotte.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, with just how this Shell Pennzoil Mustang was out there out front pretty much the whole way. I mean, yeah, momentum is definitely going to be on my side, and even next week.
Well, I did want to ask. You actually did have a little bit of competition there for a hot second. B Comp was on an alternate strategy. He was trying to do the no pit stop, but unfortunately, it did not work on out. I'm just wondering, were you nervous at all that he was going to just
Mm,
kind of snipe that from you?
well, just knowing how far I had on second when I was entering pit road, I mean, I didn't know what strategy was he on. I mean, I didn't know what other strategies were going on. So I think the moment I saw that, I'm like, just attack him and just get the lead right back and just hopefully just sail off into the sunset.
Well, and sail off into sunset you did into victory lane. With that, congrats, Cyber. First win on the season, and finally answering the call of when it was going to happen. It happened tonight, so congrats, Cyber. But yeah, guys, anything else before we close on out for the night?
Always a pleasure, Patton.
Well, thank you.
Yep. Thanks for doing this.
Well, thank you. Like I said, we are going to be at Charlotte next week. That is an additional stage, arguably the longest race in terms of mileage for these drivers, but the more opportunity for points. Of course, an additional stage does help, so the drivers currently below have an extra shot at making it in terms of points. So, unfortunately, though, it's going to be a lot harder after next week because we only have one more race and it's Talladega where anyone can win. So because of that, we're going to have to see how it's going to turn on out. Cyber P1, Bass P2, Memory P3. I do believe Bass locking himself in on points there, so I have to do the math on that just to make sure. But we'll have to see how it all turns out as we close on out for the night. Thank you all so much for coming on out, sharing time with me and all of these guys with their racing. It's been a pleasure. Until next week, we'll see you in the next one. Out.